You know, the Stone Castle actually opened in 1936, in the fall of 36, Tennessee High and Science Hill. And then Emory and Henry played King in 1936 to help open the stadium. And the stadium now, though, is to the point where there are a lot of things that need to be done to it. Considering the rejuvenation of the stadium, and we're wanting to work on a project to raise money to do that. Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, that's really why we're into this rejuvenation. Fortify the Castle is the campaign. What is it? Last year or 2 years ago, where it was 75th anniversary of the Stone Castle.
Yeah, probably. Well, it was opened in 36.
So it was last year.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, year before that.
And you know it.
2 years. You're right, 2 years.
It. You know, we would. What do we need to do to keep it around for 75 more years? Because we can't replace that. You can't replace that building. And the things that we're doing, it's all going to be. The Stone Castle is on the National Registry, Historic Registry, and we've already cleared everything we're trying to do with the rejuvenation is okay to keep it the historic preservation symbol. That's important to us too. You know,
The Stone Castle is going to be there beyond us. You know, really.
Tell me about that.
Okay. Bristol Memorial Stadium, Municipal Stadium, excuse me.
Okay.
Bristol Municipal Stadium. And it was built as Bristol Municipal Stadium. And then in the late 60s, it got the tag Stone Castle. And the media, I give credit to the media for that tag on there. And but the Stone Castle in 1970, the cinder track was removed and an asphalt track was put in.
In 1970?
1970.
Okay.
And the new aluminum poles were put up for lighting. And the press box was rebuilt in 1970. And so there was some renovation done to that degree.
Why then though? I mean, was it something that the community came together about, like currently, or was
the city had control of the stadium
at that point?
At that point, the city had control of the stadium, and we had a mayor named Jerry King, and Jerry King would actually come to practice and watch us practice. He was a big supporter of the program, and he's the one that helped get that going from the city side.
I got you.
Because they had control of the stadium. We had to send the athletic director at that time, who was John Cromwell. He had to send in a schedule to them to schedule. And anything done in the stadium, they did. Now, at some point in time after that, within mid-70s, it was actually turned over to the Board of Education. The stadium was turned over to the Board of Education.
And that stadium has served this particular high school as well as colleges in the area. Other high schools, our sister high school, Virginia High School, used that stadium for a long time.
Yeah.
Of course, it's seen some great highlights, but you know, we went through a series where we had national champions in football played in that stadium, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure that was a big highlight for you.
Well, your school, Emory and Henry, played a playoff game. Well, previously they played at least once. In fact, this just came to me.
Yeah.
I played at Concord College.
All right.
And we played a game in 1955. I played in that stadium against Emory and Henry in 1955. Beginning back to the schools that played in the stadium, of course, Emory and Henry and King when they had football.
My dad played for King College. My dad actually, he played at University of Tennessee, and he played for General Neyland. And he, as a sophomore, he said they got kind of upset because the depression was hitting, and General Nayland told them they had to move out. The football team had to move out of St. James Hotel and move into campus housing. And Dad said, well, he wasn't gonna take that. So, King College had money that they were giving during that time to play football. Now, I should say, I don't know if he played in the Stone Castle, but he played at King College, and King College later, played, I guess it was probably before it was finished, actually.
Of course, Douglas and Slater.
Yes.
And then Virginia High played in the Stone Castle until
They had on Thursdays.
the mid-70s,
Mhm.
when their field was completed over there on Randolph Hill. But
Mhm.
they played their home games in the Stone Castle until the mid-70s.
Mhm.
They play on Thursday and we play on Friday.
Yeah, they would play on Thursday or Saturday, and we'd play on Friday, that's right.
Well, it makes you think, I mean, I wonder how much of it has to do with the fact that that Stone Castle, that atmosphere. And it's unique. People who come and visit, I was telling a group just a few minutes ago that we're talking about some fundraising things for the castle, that, people from out of town that visit Bristol, like the Arby's tournament and so forth, they'll talk about Bristol Motor Speedway, but invariably they also talk about the Stone Castle.
Yeah.
It is absolutely unique, isn't it?
Well, sometimes they drive by. When I was athletic director, I'd be standing over at the car gate, and somebody would drive by and they'd pull over and they'd come in and say, well, we were wondering what was in here,
Yeah.
because of the uniqueness of it from the outside. But it has some facets in it that need upgraded, like the concrete
Yeah.
needs resealing, seats need to be replaced, the restrooms and the concession stands. And then, of course, one of the ultimate goals is an artificial surface for multi-purpose playing surface, because of all the needs at this day and time, as opposed to what they were 75 years ago. Areas of usage that it gets, including football, soccer, and band.
There's been so many things added. Doc, when you were training, what were the sports that we had at Tennessee High School when you first training
started.
days? First
We had
started?
football, basketball, track, and baseball. That's just about it.
Was the track for the girls too?
No, the girls didn't come in till
Girls probably
in the
in
70s.
the late
wasn't
70s, early 80s.
it?
I think we have 27
Girls'
sports now.
Yeah.
So it's just really, and it's good, it's grown.
Yeah.
But, we need places to showcase. I'll tell you something else we'd like to do in the castle. I don't know, you talked about the band festival. The band festival has been a part of the Stone Castle. We would like to see some more community events. Rhythm and Roots here in Bristol is a big thing. It's on the national scene where we have bluegrass and country music and so forth during the weekend. It's really big, and we have hundreds of thousands of people in Bristol. And I would love to see that as a possible concert venue for a large performance of a Dole Lawson or somebody like that. Wouldn't that be fun? And we can't do it currently, but maybe we can, upgrade things to where we could. That would be good for the city.
The Fortify the Castle and the rejuvenation of the castle, as the plans are, they've been developed a couple of years ago, that this would be in 3 phases. And this first phase, which is the refurbishing the stands, the restrooms and the concession stands, and the field surface, the turf surface, is all in that first phase, and that's where we are trying to raise the money to get that done. And we hope that's a 2013 project. Is that what I understand?
We're committed to at least, we've been working on it for a couple of years, but we're avid into the fundraising. We've got great grassroots supporters. Things like, people, we've got about half of what we need for the first phase already raised. but it's kind of coming in little bits because people, are giving as they
Yeah.
can. Everybody gets involved, and we're at a point now where we'd like to have some significant contributions to, if we get, our whole project is $3.2 million, and that's a lot of money. But, to keep something around for another 75, 100 years, I'm not too sure if that's not a pretty good expenditure.
Oh, yeah.
We would do the whole project if we had that kind of money right
Yeah.
now. But we think realistically, we're better off going in chunks, and we really want to get that first phase in next year. We want to see that legacy wall so everybody who can contribute can be there. We want to see that surface so the kids can, so we can just have more opportunities for our kids to be more successful, and also the community. Our youth league football and our youth league soccer and stuff like that. Right now, they're having to drive and go, out toward the edges of the city, to participate. And I know they would love to play games and stuff in the castle. Wouldn't that be fun? And we can't do it unless we have a kind of a surface that allows some multiplicity. So
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to do.
Well,
Obviously,
I'm enthused about the legacy wall because
Yes.
I think an engraved name in that wall is going to be there
Mhm.
for a long time to come, for people to walk by and see John Smith,
Right.
class of 1952 or whatever.
Mhm.
And that's a heritage thing that
Mhm.
it's will be very important, and we'll be getting information out to as many people as we can.
Right. And this is a purpose, one of the purposes that we're doing this today, it's, mailing lists aren't like they used to be. We certainly have friends on Facebook and things like that, but, maybe somebody might see a YouTube that's a friend of Tennessee High School that might want to have more information. Coach, if they were to do that, if they were to see this or something about it, and they would want to learn more about our project to fortify the castle, how would they do that? What website would they go to?
Well, they would go to the stonecastle.org. Is
Okay.
that correct?
Mhm.
That's correct. Stonecastle.org. www.stonecastle.org.
Okay.
And they can pick it up there. And there are some former students that have put this on their website or on the internet,
Mhm.
on Facebook, and I have started a list of addresses that I'm going to be mailing out. Doc and I. Yeah, we'll get that out and get that going, and hopefully get some results from that. As I understand, we've already received some purchasing of the bricks,
Yes.
great bricks, and
Yes.
we got to start on it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, now, parents that can go all the way back and maybe have some of their children that have already passed on, that and put it in memory of those.
Absolutely.
yeah,
We actually have the ability for, if estates, if someone wants to, leave a part of their estate or something to any segment of the Stone Castle, or if it's fortification, we have the ability to, do that. It's all 501c3, it's all tax deductible, everything that we do.
Right.
Let's do that. And if somebody from Alaska is seeing this and they think it's kind of cool what we're doing, their support would be welcome too.